Alright guys, so today I'm going to share with you what are the 5 assets that you should consider buying when the recession comes. We're going to talk about that today, coming up next. During the recession, there are certain stocks that is going to go up, one of which is non-cyclical stocks. And also you can consider dividend stocks. Now sometimes you find non-cyclical stocks, at the same time they are also dividend stocks. They provide you dividends. What are you still going to do during a recession? Do you still need to brush your teeth? Do you still need to buy tissue consumer staples? There is one stock in 2008 that gained 20%. Yes, during a recession. I don't know whether you can see. Here is 2007. In between here is 2008. Look at what happened. The richer people, they get retrenched. You know, the bankers, the Wall Street people, they need to live low. You know what I'm saying? More people shopping at Walmart, and hence, good for the business, good for your stock. Now, don't just go and pick any other healthcare company. Just close your eye and then pick any other utility company. You still need to understand their business model. Would you still shop at that place when you're retrenched? Then that's your answer. So if you think about this, in 2008, S&P 500 fell by more than 50%. Walmart outperformed S&P 500 by 58.5%. So that's why I always say that recession is an opportunity for you to buy stocks at a discount. It is a mega sale. I don't care what the news channel tell you. Oh no, this doomsday. You need to prepare for yourself for a rainy day because we are going down, my friends. When there's a mega sale in your town, you know you can buy a computer for half the price. Would you be really scared? Would you panic? It's the same thing with the stock market. You just need to know which stock to pick, which stock to not pick. Now, the other thing that you can buy, ETFs, okay? ETFs. If you look at what happened during the dot-com crash. So the S&P 500 fell by about 49%. But consumer staples went up by 1.2%. When there's a down market, you can find an up market somewhere else. The problem is most people, they're just focusing on the down market and then they panic. And the same thing, we realize that every single time when the market falls, it's going to recover, it's going to go on a bull run. And then you see in 2008, what happened here? Market fell by about 60+%. And then you have a bull run later on. How do you know when it's a good time to buy the stock? When it's a good time to buy the index? When it falls by more than 30%, then I guess it's a good time to go in. But if that said, don't take my word for it because you still need to do your own research, okay? Now, when the stock market falls by 20 to 30%, it is completely normal. It doesn't have to be a recession. From October 2018 until December 2018, S&P 500 fell by 20%. After it falls by 20%, it goes back out again. In the long term, index is going to go up. Companies have to raise prices because of inflation, and hence, stock price is going to go up. And also, bad companies are going to be replaced by good companies. There's no way to go but up. So then the question of whether you should buy small cap stock, mid cap stocks or large cap stocks, just be careful with small cap stocks because they are more vulnerable to volatile movement during recession. So as a beginner, you might want to stick to the larger caps. Now if you realize that after financial crisis, what happened to gold price? It rallied. Now, why is it that gold price is going to rally? Gold is still seen as a safe haven by most investors and traders out there. So there's this thing called safe haven assets, safe haven currencies. Now, what kind of safe haven currencies you should buy? I'm going to talk more about that in the next video, or if you come to my conference, I'm going to share with you for free. Gold mining companies, their stock price is going to go up. And how much percentage of gold investment should you put into your portfolio? I'll say about 5%. Unless you have a good reason to allocate more into gold, like you want to buy a Lamborghini for your wife, then do whatever you want, my friend. Now, the third asset you should consider investing is property. Now, of course, this is if you are a more experienced investor, you have the capital to invest in property. Now, the thing is, 2008 financial crisis is caused by the overinflated price in housing market. Banks are granting loans to people who are not credit worthy. So a lot of people panic when they lose their homes. But on the other hand, there are certain investors who made a lot of money from buying cheap properties. Because just like the stock market, when the price plunge, but the property has a good intrinsic value. When a recession recovers, if the property is good, then these investors is going to make money. Now, the fourth kind of asset class you should consider buying is bonds. Now, the thing is, if you look at 2008, a lot of people were buying US Treasury bonds. Yields went down and people can make, I guess, a mediocre, good enough return as compared to fixed deposit. But personally, I would say that in the next recession, if you're looking for US bonds with Trump around, I don't know whether you should. Still, to be safe, look for bonds in other countries, for example, Singapore bonds, New Zealand bonds. Look at emerging markets, and you want to look for bonds with short-term maturity. So if you want to offset a little bit of the risk, then you can have some bonds into a portfolio. If you look at a dollar index, early 2008, it plummeted a little bit. Can you see here? Right here. Then it recovered around mid-2008. So I can say that when it comes to being a safe haven currency, it played out okay. But nowadays, since Trump, investors and traders, they are not as confident that the dollar is still a safe haven currency. In fact, there are some traders, investors, they see dollar as a risk currency. So if you're looking for low yield currencies with low interest rates, you already know which countries has sometimes a negative interest rate. Now if you're still scared that a recession is coming, you don't know what to do with yourself, I've done a video in the past. You can go and check it out and hope that it's going to give you some peace. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.